Hey you guys, so today I'm gonna be doing a video I'm gonna be making a video of the recap on like Perfect Match season 2 finale. And I'm gonna just say this. I feel like that the finale was just it was just very unfair the way how people voted for Christine and Miguel. Spoiler alert, but apparently Christine and Miguel, whatever his name is, win the finale, and I feel like that it was very unfair. And I also heard some inside tea that people who were not in the villa for long enough decided to vote for Christine and Miguel. And it was just so weird and funny to me how they all saw that, like how like basically like Christine and Miguel were like the winners for like the whole show. Like even if you watch like the end of the finale episode, you could see everybody chiming in being like, yeah, like I like you guys as a couple. And I was just like, wait, but they were only a couple for like a few days, like 2 days only. And you had like Kaz and Micah who went through the most obstacles, who broke up then got back together. Like that is a strong comeback, and that's a strong couple. You also had Tolu and Chris, who was fun, bubbly, energetic. Like they were a good vibe. I also heard some other inside tea that like half the couples like broke up after the show, which I hope I don't get sued for that. But yeah, half the couples broke up after most of the couples broke up after the show, which now questions my thing. Like, is this really Perfect Match then? Is Perfect Match just meant to be for a short-term relationship? Like, is it really Perfect Match, or is it an opportunity for influencing, which I'm here? Is it an opportunity for like career paths? Like, I'm here for that too. Like, it was just, and Steven and Alora, it was shocking to me that like they also broke up after the show. But I also think that they should have won as well, because like they were also a strong couple. Like it was like the finale was, it was good. Like the finale was juicy to me, but it was just like, it was just also like weird, like how the voting played out in my theory. So the episode starts with Harry and Jess. Basically, Harry and Jess break up, which was well needed and well deserved. Just, I'm not gonna go too long off of this, but I feel like that it was just well deserved simply because of the fact that like Jess saw the red flags from time to time, and Jess was trying to fix him, and Jess thought that like she could like level him out and like make him be better based off of like her, based off of how good of a person she was. She thought that she could just fix Harry. And I just felt like that was just the worst thing she could ever done. Like she deserves so much. She deserves a way better man. Jess deserves Izzy. I feel like that Jess and Izzy should have been a perfect match, and they should have been married. I don't know. That's my defense. That's my defense. But okay, so basically, Jess and Harry break up. Jess leaves. Jess goes her own separate ways. I believe Harry, I think, leaves as well. And then apparently Jess ends up, so basically, so then there's a challenge. So then after Harry and Jess break up, there's a challenge, and Tolu and Chris win the challenge. So Tolu and Chris get to go on a date. They have a lovely date. Then they go to the boardroom, and they decide. Also, people are saying that Tolu and Chris are not like, wasn't like, Chris was not really a genuine person to Tolu. I think that Chris was more than genuine to Tolu. I think that Chris was honest to Tolu. I think Chris was perfect for Tolu. Shoot, I thought that they were gonna get married after the show. That's my defense. Like I thought that like they would get a long-lasting relationship after the show. That was just my defense. Like I just felt like that they had so much potential. They had so much growth. Like I thought they were gonna win, and I was so pissed when they didn't win. Like it was just so like, how, like why? And I heard some tea that like cast members like didn't even really think that like Tolu was good enough for Chris, or like Chris was good enough for Tolu. Like people were telling Tolu about all the red flags that Chris had on him, and then they were like saying like people were saying that like, oh, like she wasn't like really listening about that, like she didn't really see the red flags in him, and she was just kind of like taking like his just taking all his red flags. Like it was just so messy. But anyways, so they go on a challenge, and then Tolu and Chris end up going to the boardroom. They go to the boardroom, and they decide, I think one of the things was like they decided to put Jess on a date with Izzy, which I thought like Jess and Izzy, like they would work out very well. Like Izzy is all they're both from Love is Blind. Izzy is all for marriage. Jess is all for marriage. I thought the two would like connect on a basis. And Izzy puts all his heart out for marriage. And the same with Jess. Like Jess don't play about marriage. The same with Izzy. Like Izzy's a Virgo too. Like he gonna try for anything. Virgos try. Like he tried for marriage, and it was just like it was perfect. Like to me, in my defense, I feel like it was perfect. And people were trying to say like no, like Izzy would not have been a good match for Jess because he like because of his finances. In my defense, like I feel like that finances do not matter. And also like I feel like that Jess could have like worked with Izzy with his finances in my defense. But anyways, Jess and Izzy go on a date. And you know, it works out pretty well. But when I saw like Jess meet up with Izzy, the vibe was just not vibing. Like I didn't really see potential in them. But I was like, Izzy does deserve a man like Jess. And now that I think about it, I feel like that Izzy deserves a woman. Sorry. Izzy deserves a woman like Jess, I'd say. Because even when like they were on the date, like I didn't really see them talking as much. And I could just see like the vibe was off with Jess and Izzy. Like the two were just not connecting. Like I just feel like that their compatibility was just so off. Like they were just not compatible for each other. Like their compatibility was just so off to me, we're to the point where I was just like, yeah, like I don't know if it's gonna really work out. And like I don't know, like Jess wouldn't really talk. Like I just feel like that Jess needs someone that's more bubbly and more outgoing, but also someone who's like loyal and like and all that stuff. And Izzy deserves someone like Jess, but a little bit like more quiet and all that stuff, which I think that like I don't know the update with them. But anyways, Jess goes on a date with Izzy, and then long story short, Jess breaks it off with Izzy because Jess is just like really not feeling well mentally. Like, so she decides to leave Izzy. Like, it just wasn't, the relationship just didn't work out. And also, Jess was just not really mentally there anymore. Like, Jess kind of just left. And so basically, Jess and Izzy break up. They both go home, which I just felt so bad for Izzy because he went through a lot when it came to like dating shows. Like, he went through so much when it came to dating shows. I just felt so bad for him and Jess too. Like, I felt bad for the both of them. Like, Izzy and Jess got robbed on the show. Izzy and Jess got robbed. Like, they both got robbed on this finale. Like, they both got robbed in the whole show. Like, the options that they had were just so bad. Like, I just feel so bad for them. There was no one that was really in for marriage except for maybe Tolu, Jess, and Izzy, and I can't even say a lot more. And like Steven, like no, not even like I thought that Steven and Laura was just fake too. Like it just seemed fake. But anyways, like afterwards, everybody, so then all the cast members who were like not in the villa, they come in because they're gonna start voting. And like they start like talking to everybody, like so that basically like eventually like it's like time for like when so Nick Lachey asks everyone, so everyone's sitting down because they're getting ready to vote. And Nick Lachey asks, like, hey, like, so, and do you guys want to, like, get anything off your chest? Do you guys want to say anything? Like, do you guys want to, like, speak out? Oh, also, sorry. Christine and Miguel also going to date. It was really fun, whatever, that's that. But anyways, everyone's all sitting down to getting ready for vote. All the 5 couples are paired up. I think it was, like, Christine and Miguel was paired up. Brighton and Elise was paired up. You had Micah and Kaz. You had Tolu and Chris, and I forgot the other one. Oh, and then Steven and Laura. So everybody's sitting down. Everyone's getting what they need to say, like, out. And all of a sudden, like, it's just shots being thrown at each other. Like, everybody's just throwing shots at each other. Wait, let me go see if I could, like, go. Hold up. Okay. I think we should win. So everybody's getting ready to sit down or whatever like that. So I'm gonna someone just kind of watch a little bit like what happens at the like the reunion, like the finale, and I'm gonna like just break it down for you guys. This was a juicy episode in my defense. Like this was the best episode. Even though like the couple who I didn't want to who didn't, the couple that I did want to win didn't win, it was still a juicy episode to me. And people were saying like the finale was like lackluster. In my defense, like the finale was not lackluster. Like the finale was juicy. It it shocked me. The shots that was being thrown at each other. People were just spitting shots at Chris. People were spitting shots at even Tolu. Melinda like side-eyeing Tolu. You had like shoot. You had Harry like speaking out and then making Jess look like a fool. You had people. You had Micah throwing shots at Christine because Christine was trying to defend Micah. Like Christine says like, oh, like Kaz, like you should be matched with the devil himself, and then Micah's like, if you keep on like going back to your ex, like Micah was like, oh, I'm gonna stand by this man. And I feel like that was a shot thrown to Christine. I don't know, like if like I don't know what was all that about. But it was just like shots were being thrown at each other. Like it just seemed weird. Like the vibes just seemed off to me. But anyways.
Tonight is the big night. Nigel and I do have a good shot at winning perfect match because I mean, what's there bad to say about us? We are 100% compatible. Look at my girl looking sexy.
So now like everyone's getting ready to sit down, whatever like that, and like speak and like talk and
Be one of the 5 couples because there's no pressure. Everything feels really tense, which is kind of awesome because I know it has nothing to do with me.
Guys, welcome. How's everybody feeling?
Oh, ready to go. Ready to
Yeah,
go.
where you at,
Yeah.
guys?
As I'm sure you have already noticed, Justin is not here with us tonight. And I know it's
oh, and also, and Elise is a savage for that because Elise really played with Justin's feelings. Justin was really in here for marriage. Like, Justin was in the show for marriage. And Elise just messed it up. Like, she decided to go on and match with Brighton. In my defense, I'm like, so you just led Justin on for all that time? Poor Justin, like, he had to go home. He was really Justin got robbed. Like, he got robbed in the show by you. Like, why did you even pick him? He was too good for you. That was a good man, Savannah. Like, he was too good for you, Elise. And now you pick, and then Elise basically picked a downgraded man when it came to perfect match. Like, she downgraded on her partner. Like, Brighton is just not up there like with Justin. Like Justin is so much more than Brighton. Like as a character. Justin is so much more than Brighton. You're gonna pick Brighton, like so then you see how much of a big toxic ego Brighton has. And so you like toxic energy. So she basically likes toxic energy because it's just like you attract toxic men. And that's the thing, like toxic people attract toxic men. I feel like that Elise wants someone who like is more like bubbly maybe, and Justin was just too quiet for her and too good for her that she had to like go with someone who's like more spicy, which is Brighton. And now that I think about it, I don't really blame her now. I mean, hey, but it's also just like it wasn't really worth it. I don't know. Like it's giving 15 minutes of fame. Like I don't know. But yeah. So Justin didn't even come, which I felt so sorry, but thank God he didn't come because like oh my God.
say that he is definitely missed. All right, guys, you all came here for the same reasons, right? To find your perfect match, and it's been a wild ride. You guys have matched, you've unmatched, some of you have matched all over again. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. We're going to crown the perfect match right here, right now. The winner will get an all-expenses-paid vacation where they can continue to work on their relationship and kind of jumpstart their life together.
I don't think my heart has raced this fast in like 5 years.
Later on this evening, I'm going to ask you guys to vote for who you think is the most compatible couple. And the couple with the most votes will be crowned the...
Oh my God, and the pressure that I was feeling watching this, my heart was beeping. Oh my God.
Your journey together.
Tolu has all the qualities that I look for in a significant other. She is smart. She's obviously...
So basically, all the couples are speaking. So we started with Chris speaking about Tolu.
And she just has such a genuine energy about her. And we fell in love with each other.
You know, we were a friendship at first. I feel like that made it a lot easier for us in the journey.
Oh, that's so cute.
Because it allowed for our connection to just grow organically. He recognized my issue with the first. I feel like that made it a lot easier for us in the journey because it allowed for our connection to just grow organically. He recognized how tough things were for me in the house because I'm not gonna lie. There was a point in time where I wanted to quit the whole experience. Thank God that Chris
Wow,
was there
like
for me as a friend.
the amount of stuff that Tolu has been through. Oh my God.
And not having Chris at the end of it.
It's amazing.
Damn. Sorry, Tolu, I love you.
Here it
I have
comes.
something to say about your man, though.
So now we start with Dominique throwing shots at Chris.
The deception and the lying.
So now we see Dominique throwing Chris under the bus. And I feel like that Dominique was trying to like persuade Tolu's decision and try to say like no to Chris. Like I feel like that Dominique was trying to break up Chris and Tolu as a couple in my defense. Like Dominique just came in really toxic in the finale in my defense. Like it was just not needed. Like it didn't have to do anything with you. Like their relationship does not have to do anything with you.
Shove your opinion all within 1 hour. It was one of the biggest reasons why you sent me home that night, and I wasn't able to meet anybody else in the house.
So now Dominic is trying to say that like Chris ruined the experiment. Chris ruined the experience for her. Basically, like Chris wasted her time, and just the way how Dominic is just toxic to me as a character. Like Dominic was just so toxic to me on the show. Like it was just like, where's all this negative energy coming from? And like maybe that's what the finale is for. Throwing people under the bus and telling them about their true colors, which is probably like that's why it's a reunion, but it's just like just let them be happy. And everybody's faces is just so shocked.
Something about this seems off. This is like a pattern for him.
I mean, obviously, Dominique is my friend. She's been my girl since day one. It's not nice to hear, of course, but this is everything.
Even Tolu throwing some shade.
And I can say with 100% sincerity that I have found my perfect match.
What we have is
And like if you guys watch it, like if you see Melinda's face, like she just turns around, scratches her head, like. And I heard some tea that like Tolu and Melinda, like they don't really get along with each other. Like it's something up.
We will stay in contact and we will work together. I really do think that she is 100% my perfect match and the only perfect match for me.
You guys do seem like you're in it to win it, but do I think you guys are the perfect match? No.
And Melinda, so then we had got Melinda saying like, oh, like you guys seem like you're in it to win it, but like I don't see you guys as perfect match, basically. So basically, Melinda's just trying to say that like Tolu and Chris were just not worthy to be perfect match. So you got just people throwing like negative energy at couples. Like it's just, ooh, like if I was in that position, like I would just be so embarrassed. I don't know. Because then even if me and my partner didn't even work out afterwards, I would just feel so embarrassed.
That's your perfect match, man. You don't use the word stay in contact.
It is going to be a long distance thing.
Well, let me just say this. As someone who's married for 12 years to his one-time long-distance relationship.
Also, we got Trevor in the show as well. Like, they cut him out, thank God, but ugh.
If it's your perfect match, you'll figure it out. Guys, we're moving on to Elise and Brighton. Guys, how are you?
The chemistry is definitely very much there with Brighton, and it's great. I have had 4 matches. I'd always fancied
People
Brighton
also got
from day
weird
one.
faces.
Very good looking, so I've followed what I've wanted
Like,
to do,
it's so
and
bad.
I genuinely am.
The start, maybe there could have been better ways to go about it, but then I could have gone about things better with us as well. So
I don't think it could have ended any better.
4 matches. I'd always fancied Brighton from day one. I thought he was very good looking. So I've followed what I've wanted to do, and I genuinely am extremely happy with Brighton.
If you didn't have the tunnel vision for Harry, do you think you and Brighton would have matched up out of the gate?
You had like a high energy, and it kind of did give me fuckboy, and I thought,
And you went for Harry?
That's the definition.
that's not very nice.
Harry was giving me the attention from get-go. Like, I felt that vibe.
We had a lot of fun at the start. Maybe there could have been better ways to go about it, but then I could have gone about things better with us as well. So
I don't think it could have ended any better, truthfully. I matched with Dominique night 1. We just didn't get along. we butt heads from the get-go. From the night we walked upstairs, we argued about yoga.
So
We should argue over
Chris, so you got
Everything yoga stands
basically like Brighton talking about his relationship with Dominique, and how like they were fighting about Pilates and yoga. Like it was just not really needed.
I feel like she maybe doesn't challenge your ego, and I feel
So then you got Dominique also throwing shots at Brighton and Elise, saying that like, oh, like Elise doesn't really challenge you enough, and you got Elise throwing shade back at Dominique. Like it's just so bad. I'ma just fast forward do the juicy part.
Alpha, obviously she's kind of
So now you hear Cass talking, and once Cass speaks, like it's, oh my god.
Ooh, hold on, wait. I just clocked it.
Just don't confuse like my kindness and humbleness for not being an alpha. I get whatever I want.
Period. Speak your truth. It feels good to actually have a man that genuinely wants.
Okay, so now here's the juicy part. So afterwards, Kaz speaks, and he's basically like speaking his stuff out with like Micah. Like, yes, we fell apart. Also, Christina and Miguel talk about their relationship, but then you have Kaz and Micah talking about their relationship. And after Kaz speaks, I think Christine goes off on him, and he's like, oh no, first you got Brighton. I think there was some girl, her name was Britain, something like that, I forget what her name was, but you got some girl, she starts saying like, oh, Kaz, like I think like you really just played with you, like no, you have Holly speaking out first, and you have Holly saying like, oh, Micah was a good woman for you, Kaz, like you had the luckiest girl. Basically Holly was trying to tell Kaz about himself, like you kind of wasted your time with Micah, and then she was like saying like you wasted like you basically were just hold on, let me see what she says.
all that loves you. But
So yeah, basically Holly was like, you actually have a girl that loves you, but
I just feel like Kaz has used other women to weaponize his
and then so basically Holly says that like Kaz uses other women to weaponize his relationship, something like that.
relationship.
we all come in here.
And then Kaz decides to gaslight Holly and be like, we're all coming here to find the perfect match. We're dating other women. Y'all date other women too. Y'all date other men too, basically. And then he says like, so then why can't I do it? So when I do it, it's a problem. Basically, that's what he says. And then in my defense, okay, yes, like it's perfect match. So it's like you could do that. But it's also just like, you knew that like Micah was a loyal person. Micah was probably one of the most loyalist girls on the show. And it was just like you had your head twisted the whole time, playing with Micah's emotions. And you didn't even end up dating her long term after the show. But also, you had your mind twisted up like the whole show, whatever like that. Oh my God. You had your mind twisted up the whole show. Oh my God, why is my screen like so... Oh my God, my lighting is so bad. Why is my lighting so bad? Okay, whatever. But basically, like, you had your whole head twisted with Micah. You didn't know what you wanted. You basically wasted Micah's time. So it's just like, Holly has a right to call you out. And then you have...
We all come in experiencing what we had to experience.
So basically, you have Kaz just gaslighting everybody in the house except for Micah.
You feel most of a bond with.
I don't think you should be demonized for talking to other people.
So then you have Britain saying that, like, oh, like, I don't think you should be demonized for talking to other people because you confused Micah, you confused Christine, you confused Holly, like, you confused so many girls. Basically, Kaz was saying that, Britain was saying that, like, Kaz played with a lot of girls' relationships, and Kaz just played with a lot of women on the show.
I think the messy part is
And then Britain is trying to say that, like, Kaz was just messy. Kaz was just messy.
like, I feel like you really, really, really like did not know what you want, and that confused.
Right? Britain, yes, speak.
Confused Micah. I mean, I think you're the biggest scammer.
And then now you got Christine chiming in and being like, I think you're the biggest scammer of like,
Sitting here today.
like, I think you're the biggest scammer sitting here today. Holly agreeing with her. I agree with her too.
My God.
Scammer?
And then you got Harry like, what scammer?
Literally that part.
You try to
That part.
that you're this genuine person. The the moment I go on a date because you feel threatened by Nigel, that's when you want to go and apologize to her because you know she's feeling you and she'll take you back. You really do disgust me.
And so basically, like, basically Christine trying to say like, oh, like you manipulated Micah, you like sabotaged Micah basically. And so now hold on.
Honestly, Micah does deserve better.
Yeah, and then now Christine's like, Micah deserves better, and if you should be matched with anybody, it should be the devil himself. And then you got, hold on.
They get called like a nasty person and disgusting.
And now Kaz is pissed that he's getting called like he's getting seen like a nasty person through all the women in the house except for Micah because she stands by him.
Date the devil. Like,
And you got Kaz calling Christine out on it now for like calling him out. And then now you got Micah defending Kaz.
Person and disgusting and wants to date the devil. Like, that don't make no sense.
But you play with a genuine girl.
How they feel. These are things that I took into consideration when we had our conversation. I decided to give it another chance, but ultimately,
So now Micah's like, I decided to give it another chance.
just like when you go back to an ex,
And now Micah's like, just like when you go back to an ex, you could never move on.
afterwards, you're never going to be able to move forward. And like, I'm going to stand beside you.
So basically, after all the girls defended Micah, Micah still stands by Kaz, basically. It's just like, yeah, like, I still stand by Kaz. So Micah doesn't even call Kaz out. Like, Micah doesn't even call Kaz out, which I see why she did that, because it's just like, she and Kaz did have a bumpy, like, journey. But I guess Micah saw that as, like, a strong relationship. Like, the failures she went through with Kaz only made their relationship stronger in the house. But it's also like your girlies are trying to look out for you for the future after this experience. Like, they're trying to make sure that you have you get married. Like, they're trying to make sure that you reach your goal of reaching marriage. Like, they want to make sure that you're happy married, like with kids. Like, they want to make sure that you're happy with the partner who you are with from the show. Like, this is a man who's from the same show as you. And you know, men on dating shows are not really as trustworthy. So it's just like these girls are trying to look out for you, Micah. Like, they're basically like trying to look out for you, trying to make sure like he not gonna play in your face after the show, because that's what men will do after the show. Like, they're gonna play in your face, like all types of, like, they're like, oh, like, I'm gonna date after the show, then they go and cheat on you. Like, I heard like someone got cheated on last season after the perfect match. Like, so they're just trying to look out for you. So basically, it's just like, I felt like that Micah should just went home after Kaz like played with her emotions like that. Like, she should have just. I feel like that Micah was just entertaining the experience, but it's also just like maybe she wanted the experience for like an opportunity. I don't know.
A lot of people tend to go the opposite way.
And you got Izzy defending Micah and Kaz. Like, yeah, like people go like their separate ways for like, yeah.
Relationship to adversity. Everyone wants to find a way out.
And then Izzy's like, I'm a fan, so that's that.
And I think it was pretty, cool of you to just put your guards down and just own it up like a man. Yeah, I commend you.
Okay.
100%. 100%. I'm not even joking. Oh. Say it with your chest. I like hearing you guys talk, and you've been through so much stuff. I think this is like gorgeous, and I'm like actually like really like makes my heart really happy for you guys.
Last but certainly not least.
And then even like Micah's face, like her face is just like showing like, I don't know if I'm feeling, her face is just showing I'm iffy about this. Like, it's giving that Micah is like kind of iffy about the whole situation now. And I also read an article that like they were like not together anymore, which is some inside tea. I don't know if it's true. I read it in an article.
Well, Laura, I'm curious.
And you have Steven and Laura speaking out as well. I'm gonna just skip through that because like we already like there was like nothing dramatic. And you got what's the girl's name? Agni, whatever her name is, like throwing shots at Steven, saying like enjoy it while it lasts, something like that. Like trying to warn Laura, and Laura don't give two fucks about like whatever.
Hey baby, you're obviously I'm disappointed in the whole situation.
And then you also have Harry apologizing to Jess. Jess forgives him and basically like just says like, yeah, like you could still be a good man after. Oh, sorry, I forgot the most important part. They show proof of Harry kissing Melinda. But my thing is also like Melinda was entertaining Harry when it came to the kiss. So now they're gonna show proof of like the whole situation about Harry kissing Melinda.
You mean pregnant? I'm 30. I could go for a few babies.
Don't do that. Try to get Melinda pregnant. It'd be crazy. But if it's not tall and athletic, we're gonna have a problem.
It's a strong man. We love a strong guy.
So now you got Harry trying to sneak in a kiss to Melinda. You got Melinda saying, "Oh, like they're not gonna see, like just take the kiss, like just kiss me, like." So I'm honestly I'm Team Jess simply because of the fact that like Melinda was entertaining the kiss and all this stuff, knowing that Harry was also trying to pursue something with Jess. So it's just like, why were you entertaining it in the first place? You could have made your way to not make him kiss you. Like, you could have made that decision to not make him kiss you. Like, you could have found somebody else to play with. You could have found somebody else to talk to. You didn't have to go entertain Harry into kissing you and then now get upset about it. And you could just see, like, if you watch it, you could just basically see how, like, Melinda's, like, saying, like, take the kiss. And then now you got Harry, like, oh, like, I feel so bad about this. Like, I just did something very bad. And then Harry basically lied about the kiss. But then also Melinda entertained the kiss. Like, Melinda entertained the kiss and was, like, trying to be like, hey, like kiss me, like, kiss me, whatever, like that. So you had Melinda entertaining the kiss. And it's just, like, in my defense, like, if I was in her situation, if I knew that, like, Harry was pursuing something with Jess, I would have never entertained Harry trying to kiss me. Like, I feel like that Harry was trying to, like, Harry didn't really know better to, like, let his guard down with Melinda. And Melinda was being too playful as well. I feel like that they were shady both on, like, Melinda and Harry were just shady in general. And you got Harry saying, like, oh, I want to Melinda. Like, you know what So you got all this mess happening. And I feel like that in my defense, like, Melinda should have never entertained Harry kissing her simply because of the fact that, like, you knew that, like, he was pursuing something with Jess. Like, you should have, like, I don't know, like, I feel like that she should have been more careful and more cautious. Like, why were you even, like, forced? It was like you were almost, like, letting him kiss you. You could have avoided that. You could have avoided him kissing you. You could have, like, you should have known better, like, to not let him kiss you like that, in my defense. Because then that shows you being a girl's girl if you did that. But it just, like, you're not really a girl's girl if you kind of just, like, went and, like, did the kiss and entertained Harry into kissing you. And it's just like now, like, Jess looks like a fool because it's just like she's just away. She don't even know what's happening. And you got Melinda entertaining Harry to kiss her. You also got Harry, like, doing it anyways. And you got Harry not knowing better and, like, also entertaining stuff with Melinda as well. Like, why? Like, you should have known better, Harry. Like, you should have known better to, like, step up and be like, hey, like, I'm pursuing something with Jess. Let me not flirt with any other girls. But I also get it, like, it's an experiment where like, you're with other women and you have a chance to, like, date other women. You basically have a chance to cheat on other women or cheat on women. So, I mean, I kind of see why he kind of did that, but it's just also, like, if you claim, like, that you're, like, if you're claiming, like, you're this loyal person or you're this loyal girl, don't ever entertain nothing when you know that, like, it's gonna lead to a bigger situation. Like, Harry was wrong because it's just like you knew what you were doing, and Melinda was also wrong because it's just like you also knew what you were doing as well. So it's kind of just like you both knew what you were doing. Y'all should have just known. Y'all should have just been more mature. That's just my defense. And then eventually, like, it ends off with just like everyone voting. And then you got Christine and Miguel. They become the winners. I feel like that people do get shocked, but it was just like, I was just so shocked seeing Christine and Miguel win. Simply because of the fact that it's just like, you had all these other genuine couples. You had Laura and Steven. Like, you had all these other loyal couples who were more honest with each other. And it's like Christine and Miguel were only together for like 2 days. How do they even qualify to get voted for? How do they even qualify to like get to become winners? Like, it's just like, I've never, like, I don't know if that happened with season 1 as well, but it's just like they were only together for 2 days. And in my defense, it's just like, it don't make any sense to me. It's just like, you guys just really got a free pass, basically. Like, and then also, Christine wasn't even into Miguel to begin with. Christine was more into Kaz. And you had Christine being over dramatic and going off on Kaz and like just telling him all this stuff. So it's just like, in my defense, like, you didn't really pick who like you wanted to see, right? Like, it was just giving like you were just trying to stay on the show, trying to get your 15 minutes of fame, and they're trying to win, and it worked. And kudos to her. So that's my review. Comment down below like what you guys think. Comment down below like who you guys think that should have won. Comment down below who was like your favorite person on the show. Comment like your worst moments on the show. Just comment, like, subscribe, and bye.